entering a brand new era. Things are not quite so old school. There's tons of exclusive content, should be pretty cool. 23 full years of questing to make sure that we're doing great. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman questing through 2008. Welcome back to January 1st, 2008. Everybody else is freaking out because of what is happening tomorrow. Not me. I'm just here chopping trees, getting 95 wood cutting. Really do not need these oak logs. Just drop those. And kill a guard too, since we're here. Anyways, that is the level for sated ancient effigies and woodbox capacity increased by 10. Neither of these things exist. Well, that's okay. And on January 2nd, 2008, some more things don't exist. Like the Christmas event. That's over now. Only stays around for a little bit. And Christmas is definitely over. Festivities done. And so is unbalanced trade. Full removal for everybody at all times. Just go use the Grand Exchange if you want to make unbalanced trades or actually trade items. Technically you can still trade, but it's just more of a hassle. And you're only going to get the Grand Exchange price anyways. We got the whole unbalanced trade by 3,000 coins per 15 minutes going on. But if you remember, and you got some quest points, you actually get more than 3,000. Goes all the way up to 30,000 coins per 15 minutes. If you're keeping on top of your resets for the 15 minutes, you can give away or receive 120,000 coins an hour. Oh boy. And that's also assuming both people trading have the maximum quest points there. Well, not really the maximum, but up to 200 or something. It's a scaling system, which we really don't care about because we can't trade anyways. The scaling amount that you can be up or down also applies to dual arena staking and also rat pits, because everyone's gonna go play some rat pits now. Wild stuff. So yeah, and that's it. Wilderness PvP is gone, replaced with Bounty Hunter. Free trade is dead. Hopefully, the things you want on the Grand Exchange are within the 5% price ranges that are allowed. Or maybe you'll never be able to buy anything again. Depends what you're looking for. Anyways, weird systems to try to get around the trade requirements, being junk items and weird arrows and mint cakes and all kinds of weird stuff to try to circumvent this issue. But we don't care about any of that. We're more interested in behind the scenes. We got Desert Quest, Summoning Quest, Summoning in general, new dungeon, Hunter update, a Spa Day quest. Many quests this month. Always a good time. And we go straight into the first quest of 2008 of the month. It is dealing with Scabaras, requiring contact and used to require the feud and Zoger Flesh Eaters for reasons. Now, not the case. Also requiring 60 thieving, 50 agility, 60 strength, 21 fire making, and a pile of items here. Equipment and food to defeat several high-level monsters. Probably not Lumberjack then. Yeah. Ugh, thank you, Dung. 10 gold artifacts from Pyramid Plunder. A pyramid top from the Agility Pyramid. And a whole bunch of bronze bars or equipment. Also, since it's out in the desert, water skins would be a good idea. We also can bring a rope for a very helpful bit. So what we're gonna do is just go through and get all the stuff from Pyramid Plunder and the Agility Pyramid. Been up there before, down in there before. With 99 Thieving and 81 Agility, I think we'll do just fine on that. So, get everything we need. And we're heading to Sophonim. Having over 91 Thieving helped quite a bit in the Pyramid Plunder. Go to the last room, get the best artifacts. Only took 3 trips through the pyramid. Not too bad. High Priest, hello again. Good day, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Greetings, Cleric. I have grave news for you. What news? It's a quest! What news? Sophonim and Menaphos are to be reunited at last? Oh no, nothing like that. I have a corpse for you to identify. It came over from Menaphos for funeral preparation in the traditional fashion. What? I haven't killed anyone. Well, no one important. Well, not recently anyway. At least I think. No, it's not like that. In this case, it's someone I think you might know. A strange-looking woman with red hair. It looks like it was once blonde rather than red, but has recently been dyed black, so not a local, but someone who wanted to look like a local. More to the point, we found a note on the body saying to talk to you before embalming. In this heat, you're lucky we didn't just start without you. You should go up the ladder directly east of my altar and see if you can recognize the corpse. Alright. A ladder to the east. This ladder? That's like the thing it should be on. Go up the ladder, it says. But then it's down here. That's to do with the changes to Sophonim. It was previously up a ladder, and now it's just in this room, which is just a mess. Anyways, here is the young lady whose corpse you are supposed to see. Go closer and see if you can identify her. If we know her name, Eclaron's blessing will come to her faster. Are you sure I should know her? She doesn't look at all familiar, to be honest. I was afraid that might be the case. I suppose we should start the embalming process with all haste. Until it's complete, we can't be sure her spirit is at rest. Indeed, I have a feeling as if her spirit could be in some great anguish. Is there anything I could do to help? I wouldn't have thought so. The process of embalming is extremely grisly. I'll have to replace her internal organs with herbs, spices, and resin. It's certainly not a job for an amateur. I'll start with the brain. Don't pull my brain out, I still need it. It's a miracle, she lives. It's a disaster. Eclaron promotes peaceful death. But this young lady can go on to enjoy a rich and fulfilling life. I'll be defrocked for promoting revivification. Woe is me. You are the High Priest. Just exert your religious prerogatives on your minions. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds promising. Would you two argue more quietly? I'm not feeling so good here. Why couldn't you just be dead? The youth of today are always causing trouble. Can't you just let me recover? Those cadaver berries aren't exactly good for the digestion. Cadaver berries. Used in Romeo and Juliet. But we don't mention it, because that no longer exists. But we did it. Oh boy, did we do that. Plus, I have a terrible headache. My clothes have been ruined, and the priest is gibbering like a loon. Mesa? I can tell when I'm not wanted. I shall leave you two to your delightful reunion. There you go. What a mess. You alright? This wall's massive and in the way. Mesa, how's it going? I know it's an obvious question, Mesa, but what is going on here? Why were you dead? And did you have to be so rude to the priest? Excuse my vagueness, but I've just awoken from a drug-induced stupor. Could you limit yourself to one question at a time? Why are you here? Well, you know that. My partner, Khalif, was slain below the city by those foul Scabaras creatures. Yes. Since then, I've been researching how to take my revenge on them. I think I may have a lead or two now. Unfortunately, I have other jobs to do, so I have to ask you a favor. Ask away. I've learned there is a quite extensive tunnel system above the area we investigated. Though quite why this is, I'm not sure. What I do know is that the entrances near here have been sealed up for ages, probably because of the Scabarites. How does that help us gain revenge? Not in the slightest. What may be useful is that I have also discovered there are tunnels leading from the east coast of the desert into those below Sophanim. I see. So you want me to look into those tunnels? Oh yes. Then kill anything that looks even a tiny bit like a beetle. Now that's the sort of task I can relate to. I suppose you should talk to the High Priest of Viclarin first, though. I wouldn't want to cause too much of a diplomatic incident. I don't want my job to be harder than it is already. And why did you pretend to be dead? Well, as you know, passage between the cities is still rather restricted, and I'm not exactly keen to be searched, prodded, and investigated too closely. Our mutual friends' agents aren't exactly popular here. I suppose his job makes him plenty of enemies. Osman, yep. More his personality. He sent Khalif to his doom without a single qualm. He's up to far more bad than good. I sometimes regret having made vows to the service of Al-Kharid. Up to no good, you say? I'm still loyal to Al-Kharid, if not the big O. So I'll not speak any more. In fact, it's better you forget I even said that little. Wrong's been there. So how did you get here then? I pretend to be dead by using a cadaver berry potion. So they pretend to be dead, then shipped out of Menaphos to Sophanim, city of the dead here. What's been going on since we last met? Not much that I can tell you in reality. No news as to when Menaphos might be opened up? Well, some say the Pharaoh is intending to make the town more self-sufficient, which might be a sign that he is aiming for more rather than less isolation in the future. What do you say, though? I say what I'm told to say, which in this case is very little indeed. I suppose I won't carry on asking about current affairs then. And I have no other questions. Very good. So, she made it out of Menaphos. That's good for her. High Priest. Good day, hardcore ultimate Ironman, Artic. Greetings, cleric. Did you talk with that odd woman? I did, and she suggested I talk to you about the mission she gave me. I'm pleased that she realizes my great importance. Well, it's certainly the case she didn't want to upset you. Oh, good, good. But why would I be upset? I pride myself on my humility and pleasant nature. Well, would you object if I were to slay a bunch of Scabarites to the east? I heard from some so-called archaeologists who were investigating to the east there might be Scabarites. I have no qualms about you sending them to Claren's deathly care. However, what's the catch? I must remind you before you do so that the Scabaras religion has a very useful, specific reason for existence. Should you run into the High Priest of Scabaras, try to pacify him rather than just brutally slaying him. I am sure that this is all just some sort of misunderstanding, and that we can eventually have peace. I'll be sure to take that into account, your naively optimistic reading of the situation. Well, anyway, those archaeologists headed east. I'd leave in that direction if I were you. Alright. To the east. Question. Check the map. Can we go east? Looks like yes. Going through a new door to a new area that didn't exist before. Very convenient for the fact that this is the direction we need to go here. Heading east out of Sophanim. Through a gate, door, tunnel, whichever. through these giant walls. Appreciating the, not this one, but a new crocodile graphical update. Lovely stuff. Running off into the desert. I think there's way more crocodiles here now. A lot of them. My goodness. Down in the corner here, we've got a new area. We've got a whole bunch of rocky sections and a swamp just out here in the desert. Look at that. A very reasonable place for a whole bunch of crocodiles. And up to the northern bit, Scabaras, Locust Lancers, Rangers, just big old locusts over there. Definitely a whole place. I want to go see the archaeologists. Make our way through here. It used to be like things you need to push through. We can go up this way. Here is lead archaeologist Abigail and assistant archaeologist Kerner. And here, dry zombies and things. But first, to help with possible future ideas, climb over this low wall, past these mummies here, and tie off a rock rope. Allows us to get from down by the agility pyramid to up here on the plateau. A nice little shortcut. Always a good time. There we go. Got our water skins, watering. Let's talk to Abigail here. Greetings, warrior. Is there any particular reason you have come to visit our humble camp? I'm just exploring, really. I've been asked to find a way into the areas beneath this region. Perhaps you could help. Well, we might be able to help, even though your appearance isn't quite of a professional researcher. We have need of someone to perform some business with a wily dealer in artifacts. In return, we'll help you out. Wily folks cannot outsmart me. What is it that you need? We need you to talk to a certain Simon Templeton, but first we require you to prove your mathematical competence. I've had dealing with his sort before. Feel free to test me. As a general rule, always round down to the nearest whole number, so 17 divided by 10 would equal 1 in this trial. Firstly, tell me which is largest of these three numbers. If there's more than one possible answer, just tell me one of them. 80 added to 80, 88 multiplied by 1.5, or 83 multiplied by 2.5. Maybe, that one. Correct, 207 was the largest of those. Next, something a bit more routine. What is 207 plus 78 plus 86? Math. This is a great time to bring up a calculator if you want. Or you can just add them together. Got 200, 270, 350, 357, 365, 371. Great stuff. The answer was indeed 371. Remembering that you should round down to the nearest whole number, can you calculate 371 plus half of 70? That'd be plus 35, so 406. Awesome, the answer was 406. I nearly trust you. Just one final calculation to go. Remember that you should round down. What is 406 divided by 4? 101. Great, great. The final answer was 101. I wonder if it has any significance. Give you a few minutes to relax, then we can deal with the matter of Mr. Templeton. There's a random math quiz here. Wild stuff. Hello there, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. So, you are ready to head off to Templeton for us. Good, good. What exactly is it he wants? He wants 9 ancient bronze full helms. Also, you still need to deliver 1 golden artifact from the top of the agility pyramid and 10 golden objects from the pyramid plundered in Selfenham. Well, the golden agility pyramid artifacts and the 10 golden objects from pyramid plunder are obvious enough. What about the bronze antiques? These are more of an issue. We have a plan. You take modern bronze items, distress them, then pass them on to Simon as antiques. Distress? It's the technical term for making a new object look older. You can do it with some camel dung. Just rub it into the object while under the hot desert sun, and it'll be done in no time. To distress objects, you'll need a crafting level of at least 60, be under the hot desert sun, and have some camel dung. Is there any other way? We could distress the item for you. However, we are not skilled enough to do it quickly, so it would take some time. So I just hand the item to you. Here, take this crate. Either distress the items and add them to the crate yourself, or if you can't do it yourself, just add the new items to the crate instead. My assistant can distress the crate of new items for you. But it will take some time, and we'll also have to give him a bucket of dung. So what should I do if I lose the crate? I'll not think very highly of you, for one. But if you need another crate, just ask my assistant for a replacement. Alright. Crate. Examine an empty crate. Ready for bronze gear. Hello there, Ironman, Artic. You're ready to head off to someone good. Exactly what you want? 9 ancient bronze full helms. Okay. So we need 9 bronze full helms. Don't really have inventory space for all that. So let's see if we can pawn off the golden statues in the pyramid top first here. That'd be a wise decision. Down into the agility pyramid section here. Doesn't have any walls anymore, but that's okay. Templeton, how's it going? See if they'll just take some of our stuff here. I'd talk to you a bit about archaeology. Kinda, sorta. Shoot away, sport. A business matter. Let's change the subject back to business matters. Some interesting artifacts I'd like you to look at. Bonzo, let's have a butcher, right? You want to fly a lot of them? No, I don't. What I want to do is give him the things. Some archaeologists have asked me to deliver some artifacts to you. Righto? No, they'd never be able to fill that order. Not the brass knives in the old armory. You have not yet supplied the 10 gold objects from Pyramid Plunder and Sophanum. The gold and agility pyramid artifact is still required, and the crate of 9 ancient bronze full helms is still missing. I'd like to supply you some gold objects from Pyramid Plunder. Thanks, mate. Yeah, all those, still need the things. Agility pyramid top, thanks, mate. Got those. You still need the 9 ancient bronze full helms. Alright. So let's go get 9 ancient bronze full helms. Could go and make 9 bronze full helms. Or we could see if we can just get from a store here. That'd be easier. The helmet store in Barbarian Village. Might be infinite stocks of things with the store update. We don't have that option, unfortunately. If they don't have enough, we might need to just go make the rest. Not too many places sell much bronze equipment. And then everything was changed multiple times, of course. Work with what we got here. 9 full helms. We got 10 full helms. Wildly more expensive than they're supposed to be. That's alright. Gets the job done. 9 of them. Perfect. Okay. Now we need to get out to the desert. There's a few different ways we could do that. We might just run from the Narda side. We need to get out into the sun and then down to Sam Templeton. Just to go take the fairy rings. Since we have that option. We'll be out in the sun in no time for the distressing portion of this. So that'll be okay. We could also go to Al-Kharid, take the flights of the carpets a little bit down there. Might even be quicker. If we're gonna be to Narda, we could probably take the carpet to... to Sylvana would be like slightly further away, so... whichever way we go, it's gonna be fine. Caridian Desert. North of Narda. It is a bit north, too, which is a slight problem, I guess. Let us stand out here in the sun. Nice and sunny. Use the dung. It completely changes it. Oxidizing the full helm. I'm gonna run and do this at the same time. It's like, yes. We're smearing dung all over full helms. And running around. Doing great. Doing great. Okay. Now we just need to get down to Simon Templeton again. Run through the area. Past Narda. Probably refill our water skin here. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Since we got this whole fountain here working nicely. Even fill the box with helmets here. Might weigh less, would also be nice. The weight is definitely a continuing factor here. Especially with all this running we're doing. Out here in the desert. Yeah. Making our way down this way. We can actually go cut across in between here now, since this part of the world, ruins top up here, exists. We'll be exploring more of the actual ruins here momentarily. Right now we need to run around the Chili Pyramid here. Not technically this close because of the way it is, but down and around to Simon Templeton here. Definitely opens up the space quite a bit, not having the walls around the pyramid. More things to consider. Down in here, talk to Simon. Archaeology, shoot away. Delivered artifacts. Lots of things. I'd like to supply a crate of bronze antiques. Thanks, mate. Great. Now I have everything I need from my latest deal. Here's a receipt so you can tell those nerdwells you've done the business. Glad to be of service. Nice fakes, too. They'll fool the customer, but don't try it again, eh? Right. I have another little job for you if you're willing. Just come and talk to me about artifacts when you get the chance. We have a few things later with him. Right now, the quest, of course. We can climb up the rope, get right back in here. Very convenient shortcut for the quest here. Overall, pretty solid. This is right back up top here. Also a good spot to fight mummies. Anyways. It seems you have found Simon Templeton and dealt with business matters. Or maybe you lost all the trade items that were waylaid by bandits or suffered for some other mishap. Indeed, he supplied me with the receipt for the transaction. Here it is. Artifact receipt. Excellent, excellent. Our finances are at least secure now. I just need a little more information from you. Okay, what now? We just need some research materials to be going on with, which are almost certainly possessed by the local denizens. What materials and which denizens? Just gather 4 bits of information from the local area and copy them into this nice journal. Killing anything other than crocodiles should do it, so mummies, zombies, and skeletons. We get the Scabaras research notes. Fight anything that isn't those things. Pick up some information. We got dry zombies. We got regular skeletons. Not the strongest guys. We got a super strength potion. We got Scabaras notes. We got Scabaras notes. Scabaras. Either one. Just need 4 of these. Assuming they're all uniques here. Just about one-shot them here. Crystal Bow's pretty good. Not 100% drop, but that's fine. Notes. And notes. Copy to log, copy to log, copy to log, copy to log. I read the same one twice there. Read the notes. Notes found in the depths. It might just be 3 notes. 4 zones, cylinders, yep, looks like 3. Get duplicates if you have the same things on the ground sometimes. It's a possibility. Got 1 more note here. Only killing them once the previous one's dead. Well, technically would be fine if they weren't. It'll just be another kill. Not a huge deal. Thirsty workout here. Shooting zombies. They're very dry. From all the desert heat and all that. So that's okay. Many notes we could get here. And a whole thing later with this. Don't know if we're going to worry about that. Just drop another one, please. That'd be great. Kill them faster and get it more often. quickly here. That's the theory, at least. Definitely not in much danger as it currently stands. This we can accomplish. There's one. Copy that. Get back over here and read it. We also have a water source here, which is nice. Fill up our water skins. Good to have. Good to have. Probably why they put their camp here. Good spot for it. It's a very dark skybox for the swamp. It's definitely something. Let's read the notes that we found here. Notes found in the depths. The foresters are most incompetent of late. Their claims that sources of wood are becoming scarce smacks of laziness. Shall have them flogged, and if quotas are not fulfilled, the furnaces must remain lit. Another setback. The deliveries of timber we were expecting have arrived, but are in form of bank certificates. While we could burn them, I fear it will not be much use. Now I have had them stored with the other certificates. It appears as if Elidinus has forsaken us. Armies led by vile misbelievers are smiting the northern settlements. Uzer is under siege, and it cannot be long before we are also under assault. The outside areas may fall, but we should be secure in the tunnels beneath Olek. It's come to retreat. I can only blame myself for the next revelation I must make to the survivors. We are low on timber, and the ventilation will ultimately fail as a result. The vast stocks of dried dung, in which I had placed faith for fuel in such an emergency, are soaking wet. Alright. Ancient stuff. Uzer. Attacking armies. Very cool. Great. Seems you've gathered some initial research materials. Indeed. Performed an amazing selection of tasks for you, hint hint. Excellent, excellent. I can reward you with a summary of our theories of the area and a key. That's great. Well, what is the key for? It was manufactured after research upon a locked door in the ruins to the north. Every indication we have is that the door leads down into the tunnels you are seeking. I must warn you that entering these ancient tunnels is likely to expose you to who knows what ancient diseases, hostile creatures, and very likely death of a most distressing nature. Oh, and valuable loot and information, of course. Yes, heaps of loot. Here's the key. Abigail expounds her theories of local history and adds notes on the lecture to your research journal. Fascinating, Professor. But why haven't you used that key? Frankly, I'm a coward. I'm after knowledge, not a ghastly death recorded on a makeshift grave. Here's the key. May it bring you fame, glory, or whatever. Fair enough. Exploring ancient, dangerous tunnels is not for the faint of heart. Let's see what they suppose. Notes joined by the archaeologists. The archaeologists theorize that Sophanim was built by the refugees fleeing Olek. The disaster that befell Olek left in its wake a large number of undead creatures in the area. There's some debate between the two archaeologists as to whether these undead are the result of vile sorcery or simply the result of the use of this area as a graveyard. Initial findings seem to suggest that the area was once heavily forested, in stark contrast to its current desert state. Abigail seems convinced this is due to humans chopping down all the trees, but Kerner is of the opinion that trees grow so quickly as to make such deforestation impossible. Tree regrowth speed lore. Or just commentary. Very fun stuff. Alright. We got a Scabaras key. Climb downstairs. Use the key. And in we go. To another section here. There's a clay golem. Hi, clay golem. Hello there, golem. Greetings. It's been some time since I saw a real human. I thought perhaps you were all dead. I can't be sure about anybody else, but I'm certainly alive. What is this place? This is the entrance to the storehouses of Olek. Not that I expect Olek exists anymore. I must admit that I haven't heard of it before. What is in these stores? At the moment, an infestation of not-human humans. They have altered the locking mechanism on the doors here. It's hard for anyone, even them, to get in or out. That sounds about right for Scabarites. They like their peace and quiet. So how can I get through? If you stoke up the furnace, opposite, I will be able to allocate power to each of the 4 levers in the next rooms. If you can pull all the levers in short succession, then the doors should open. Sounds simple enough? Well, if you are ready to begin, you could ask me to allocate power. I can allocate the most power to start with, then less still, until the 4th level will have very little power allocated at all. In past days, the mechanisms were somewhat more reliable. Alright. So we got doors and levers over here. I'd like some more information on these levers. What are we getting ourselves into here? Which lever are you interested in? The lever by the narrow walkway. Let's see a narrow walkway here. Applying power here will cleanse the greasy pipe with a jet of steam, making it simpler to cross the lever. The more power, the more steam, and the simpler it becomes. I imagine agility will be useful here. Information on lever in the huge empty room. Applying power here will loosen the lever mechanism, making it easier to operate. The more power I apply here, the easier it will be to pull the lever. I imagine strength will be useful here. More information on the giant scarab. Applying power here will cause steam to damage the huge scarab guarding this room. You must then follow up and defeat the creature. If you defeat it, but leave this area before pulling all 4 levers, another scarab guardian will take its place. I imagine combat skills will be useful here. And the last lever, a mysterious box. I'm not really sure what is going on here, but I suspect that more power I apply, the longer the mechanism will be active for. This was added by the current inhabitants, so I know no more. The creature who added it did seem as if he were a stealthy, skulking sort, so I imagine thieving will be useful here. Information on levers. Get this later. What other information you have? What's beyond the doors? What are we getting ourselves into after we get ourselves into this? Storage rooms and a huge cesspit. At least that was the case several hundred years ago. Now I couldn't say for sure. Although I would, with the way the mechanical systems have been altered, I would logically deduce that there might be moving obstacles as well. Moving obstacles. Large bits of metal combined with toxins and plague sources. Nothing to worry about if you are as well engineered as me. Not exactly engineered, but I suppose I'm tough and all that. I say you have a 1% chance of suffering some vile fate, but that may be acceptable to you. Yeah, that's about right. Not ready for the levers. Got a furnace. We got fuel storages. Grab some logs out of the storage. Stoke the furnace. This place to put some logs is an odd sooty mechanism. Stoke it. Use the logs. Just along the furnace, can really arrange them with your fire making skill. An inbuilt mechanism ignites them. No reason to bring a tinderbox. Good stuff. Let's go in and get the clay golem to activate it for us. Hello again. Do you wish to attempt this trial or do you have other questions? Ready to operate the levers. Note that if you don't finish setting the power levels in one go, you'll have to restoke the furnace. Very well. Where should I apply the most power? Put the most power to the mysterious box. The room, the mysterious box sets the highest power level. Then after that, give us the narrow walkway that blows some steam, getting a good amount of the slippery pipe on slippery. And then the strength lever, and last one, the scarab. Barely a puff of steam. Does no damage to the big scarab there. Okay. And now, puzzles, kinda. Just kinda doing things. Investigate mysterious mechanism. Manipulate the cog. Manipulate as much as useful. Manipulate this. Manipulate the switch. Manipulate as much as possible. Earth and chaos. Death and death. air and blood. Fire and steam. Fire and nature. Nature and mind. Water and earth. Death and death and death. We should really write this down. Blood, water, earth. Chaos, blood and steam. Steam, and steam, and steam. There we go. Nature. Nature, nature. Mind, mind. And body. Body, body, body. Love it. Fire. Water and blood. Cosmic, cosmic, and cosmic. There you go. Water, chaos, air. Air, air, earth. Chaos, chaos, chaos. We really could just go back and look to make sure we actually get this right. Air, water, blood, earth, blood, fire, air, water, fire, 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 blood, no, earth, earth, fire, water, earth, blood. I'm making this happen. Using all the power made it, you can use all these. Look at here. Air, air, air. There you go. Blood, blood, blood. Earth, earth, earth. Fire, fire, fire. Mind, mind, and mind. And the last one's water. It's actually one of the 4 levers. There you go. Amazing. If you don't put enough in there, it becomes luck-based, which is not great. Well, there might be some of it thieving. Activate the second lever with our 80 strength. Higher levels do help here quite a bit. Well, that's nice. Cross the pipe with our 81 agility. Pull another lever. And that just leaves fighting this scarab here. I do have reservations of running into the rest of the dungeon with only a few sharks, but we make do with what we got. That's some magic. It's range. Decent. Things could definitely do worse. Pull the lever. Move quickly to leave the antechamber before the doors slams closed. Opens up the way forwards. Alright. Everybody's mentioning disease. That's why Zogre Flesh Eaters was required. But disease is no longer a thing. And so, just make our way in here. No problems. Avoid the trap. Run forwards. Looking for any potential problems. Just kind of go for it. Charge! Through the scarab-infested halls here. I'm gonna get over to the High Priest. Go through here. And that gets us in here. Prepare yourself, creature of evil. I'm here to vanquish you. The High Priest of Scabaras. Ah, a potential convert. Welcome to this holy place of contemplation. What? I'm here to contemplate, I'm here to slay. Conversation, eh? Holy, this place is stench of unholiness. Well, the duties, what is going on here? I am here for vengeance. Leaf died, now you, so shall you. Conversation. More of a talking check like we were told about earlier. Don't just go and slay the High Priest. That's an idea. Conversation, eh? Let's hear your persuasive tongue, or mandibles, in action then. You may follow Scabaras by taking a vow to not indulge in conversations, unless you are converting or slaying the one who you converse. Now, convert or be slain. Ah. I sense the hand of the devourer in this. Am I correct? I do not fear your pathetic beetle-brained magics. Your skimmy battle skills are no match for mine. You can shoot an ogre from 2 paces, you biological impossibility. In that case, I shall not fight you. I bow to your superiority. The Devourer. I sense the hand of the Devourer in this. Am I correct? I discussed this with a representative. Yes, and sage advice was given. Advice that I should destroy you before you sought to drag me into your world of interaction. Priest is momentarily lucid before turning to insanity. Let me fight. Wow, that was bad accuracy. 12%, huh? They definitely have given some West Monsters questionable stance. It's also technically melee even though he's firing a bow. That's pretty wild. That is really, really bad damage. My goodness. Ah, potential convert. Welcome to this holy place of contemplation. Don't you remember? You were just talking before you assaulted me. Not that I remember. I can't see why I would forget such thing. Though, aren't you some sort of outsider? Are you sure you're not here to be converted? We need to get through to him. Holy? This place has a stench of unholiness. It's worse than dung. You dare equate the smell of dung with stench? You vile blasphemers shall be punished. Now he's attacking with melee. Makes more sense. So terrible accuracy here. Range prayers? Not that one at least. Only a tiny amount bonus. We'll get through this. A little bit of protection prayer. Just need to be more convincing, but not so outright. Got enough sharks for this. We definitely have some options that are worse than others. Conversation got us through the first section. I bow to your superiority. A wise decision. Turn to the ways of Scabaras, and you shall have power. You get a terrible feeling of deja vu. Am I going insane as the High Priest? And that was also not the right one. Alright, all the deities, what is going on here? The Church of Scabaras is taking a more active approach with its beliefs. Our long-term solitude will be improved by short-term contact and purging of those who do not follow our ways. I sense the hand of the devourer in this. Am I correct? Same action there. Gotta not leave with the devourer so quickly here. 12%, like a few percent bonus here is not really gonna make a huge difference. The High Priest of Scabaras. Some cool statues in here too. Little statue of Scabaras right there. Sits in contemplation. But 'tis just a statue. Potential convert. Conversation. Can't go with the Devourer. Can't bow to supremacy. Biological impossibility. Not fear your beetle-brained magics. Battle skills are no match for mine. None of these are too good. I do not fear your pathetic beetle-brained magics. Theros provides power to those who will follow him. You'll squirm like a deal larva. Ah, potential convert. Welcome to the holy place of contemplation. What? Some of them, he doesn't even attack us. So that's a win. Priest looking momentarily more lucid before returning to insanity. What is going on? Sounds like the Devourer dragged you into heresy for her own ends. I'm the High Priest of Scabaras. Accusing me of heresy is heresy. What happened? Why am I here? These questions are not rhetorical. You seem to be rather confused. Can you think clearly now? It does seem to be coming back. Be assured, we, followers of Scabaras, will not bother you further. Be warned, though, that we still defend our nest if attacked. Is that it? You may tell the High Priest of Eclarin that we vow this by Scabaras. As my religion dictates, I must be alone. Wait, one last thing. What can you tell me about the ways of Scabaras? High Priest talks to you for some length. Record your words in the journal. Journal. The archaeologists. Notes found in the depths. Notes made while talking to the High Priest of Scabaras. More Scabaras lore. The High Priest of Scabaras has a view of the justice of Scabaras that differs from my own. In his opinion, the three dreams giving rise to the other minor deities were ultimately unsatisfactory to Tumakan. Thus, on the fourth night of dreaming, Scabaras was brought into being, the most perfect of the deities and the most pleasing to Tumakan. The most important part of the cult precepts seem to be that solitude is ideal circumstance for self-improvement in an untroubled existence. Most orthodox teachings of Scabaras rely on the worshipper meditating in silence, with interaction frowned upon due to being likely to pollute the mind. The recent events have reinforced this view as far as the High Priest is concerned. The pollution of the Devourer's word led to the recent depredations of the Scabaras cult. Obviously, the Devourer was able to convince the High Priest that solitude could only be guaranteed by killing non-Scabarites. After turning away from the influence of the Devourer, it is perhaps quite flattering that he should choose to talk to me at all. Although this pollution is now driven from the mind of the High Priest, the version of Scabaras' teachings has driven many of the Scabarites permanently insane. Slaying them is thus an act of mercy in the opinion of the High Priest. In any case, these deranged beings will not be a threat to any but those who approach them. Sophanum is safe. When I questioned the High Priest of Scabaras as to the origins of the Scabarites, I gained a few useful facts. Apparently their physical form is a blessing for generations of loyal service to Scabaras. Many of them live in the dark places beneath the soil, though gatherings such as I have seen are very rare indeed. Alright. More lore. It would be even more lore if we finish this research. Chests in here and other places. That would require much, much more zombie slaying. Not gonna worry about that. I think with that, we've been in here, we've found who we're looking for. Make our way back to Sophanum. Hello again, High Priest. Good day, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Greetings, Cleric. How can I help you? I met with the High Priest of Scabaras, fought him, talked with him, and made him see sense. He has vowed that the followers of Scabaras will no longer be a cause of alarm in Sophanum. Excellent, this is good news indeed. Since Maesa isn't here, might you be able to give me some sort of reward instead? I'll teach you how to make an enchanted water tiara. By using water runes with a water tiara, it'll protect you from the fierce desert heat, as you've protected the desert from the fierce Scabarites. There you go. Quest complete. 1 quest point. 7,000 strength, thieving, agility, and prayer XP. Not too shabby. The ability to create an enchanted water tiara. Uses water runes to protect you from desert heat. That's something. And that is 250 quest points. Very cool. Definitely getting up there. Definitely getting up there. Also, we could go and finish the Scabaras research notes by getting like 19 total pages from various places. And then for doing that, there's an achievement and 10,000 coins, which is something. Another unlock we can get. We can go talk to Simon Templeton again here. Not important, because of what it's going to be. Just another thing that is unlocked here. Always interesting to see unlocks and new features. Turning in a book to get 10,000 coins is not much of a feature. Definitely something, though. Simon! What is your proposition here? Talk a bit. Jouet sport. About that little job you mentioned. I can't remember whether I asked you to do this yet. Mind like a sieve I have. Well, have you ever talked to the pyramid plumber Money and softened him about me? No, I haven't. Well, that's what you can do for me. Ask him if he'll let me have a quick chefy at some of his relics. I think I may be able to cut him a deal. Talk to the pyramid plunder mummy. Alright. Pyramid plunder. Definitely a place. Still got bit by a whole bunch of snakes in there. Not a great time. Dangerous stuff. Especially since we can't have food in a bank nearby. There's one right down there. Got that in contact. Not available. We had like noted food or something. Be alright. Pyramid Planner also has a lot of weird black walls between the rooms to stop you from being able to see between them so easily. It's definitely something. Not another one. Another what? Another archaeologist. Not going to let you plunder my master's tomb, you know. That's a shame. You got anything else I can do while I'm here? Keep out of mischief, I suppose I could let such something up. A few rooms of some things you might consider valuable. Want to give it a go? Not right now. I'd like to talk about artifacts a bit more. On behalf of a friend. Oh, really? What exactly is it you want now? Want to know? My business associate, Simon Templeton, would like to inspect some of your artifacts. What? His effrontery knows no ends. Did he inform you that the last time he was here, he tried to make off with some of my bandages? He claimed they were useful in some sort of cure for his injuries. I'm sure he's a reformed man now. All he wants to do is have a look. Never. He'd sell his own mummy for a profit. Tell me if he ever comes back here, he'll be wearing my bandages, alright, around his neck, tightly. I'm not sure which is more irritating, running out of drinking water all the time or being subjected to this humor. One might call it dry humor. Taking your loot will be heaps more pleasurable after suffering through that pun. Unlock the ability to trade noted artifacts to Simon Templeton. Yay. We can't note the artifacts. That's not how this works. But anyways, wildly late here. Here's the 73,000 coins we made from selling you longbows in the woodcutting business. Going to be the last between the episodes time where I go chop yew trees, making yew longbows, picking up birds' nests, doing some farming, selling them for profit, and all that. Because we've got a new skill to train. Next time. Goodbye.